This is Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network, sponsored by Alive Credit Union.
Welcome back to Fleet and Footy. Welcome back to the Action Sports Jax 24/7 studio. As you can see, I'm joined by just Hambone there in the background. He was looking very spiffy today. You could tell he was out in the town. He was out at the Players. I know we're in a delay down there in Ponte Vedra Beach. So luckily we've got Stuart nice and dry for us. Looks like you're dry, right, Stuart?
I am dry. Yes, I am completely dry. Thank you, Lewis. I know Hambone got caught out in the storm at one point there, so he came back a little wetter. Although, from what I could tell, he had a good time while he was out roaming the course and getting some fine content.
Well, and I also saw, I don't know if you were out there, but Marcel caught himself a Ludacris concert, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that was Tuesday, so that's the military appreciation concert that they do every year. They had Luda out there on the 17th green, delighting the fans and giving quite the show. So always a cool backdrop. I was not there. I've not been out here the last 2 days. I've been on dad duty, watching the little Nug back at home. So luckily she didn't come out here today, because otherwise she would have got drenched like all the other people. Maybe next year. Maybe next year we get pipes out to her first Players Championship. I think we'll put that on the list.
I know I asked you for your prediction last show, but I'm just going to give you mine now. I know you probably won't give a prediction. Mine's Tony Finau. I'm feeling the Jordan vibe up here in North Florida after all those Reddick wins, and I'm going with an outside shot there with Finau.
He was up.
Was he really? I'm not even.
No, he was the leader through, I think, 6 or 7 holes.
Okay.
And on 18, which would have been 9 for him, his 9th hole, he went way right and blocked everybody off and literally had to chip one straight horizontally, like gained no ground because it was that bad. And then now he's right in the middle of the pack. So,
all right, well,
the Tony Finau experience.
Thanks for the update. I appreciate that.
That will happen. By the way, that will happen. Yeah, I like Tony Finau as a good pick. Usually the guys who are maybe known more as the long bombers don't do as well here because this is the course that kind of tests every part of your game. We put together a group chat to see our picks for television, to which only one person responded, and it's me. So I'm going to have to track down picks because apparently we forget what we do every single year here. So I'm going to have to track down some picks from the other people in the sports department. And I went with Siwoo Kim. He's been playing some good golf lately. He has won here at the stadium course before.
Yes, he has.
So that's a good sign. And then we had, at least for the Brett and Austin show, I don't know, Hamby, did they use, oh, you weren't listening. You were out here roaming the grounds. I was going to say, and then there was a dark horse candidate as well, a guy you've never heard of. And I, of course, showing no bias whatsoever, went with Ricky Castillo, former Florida Gator, who just won last week, by the way, on the PGA Tour at the alternate event out in Puerto Rico. So pick the guys whose games are looking hot as they come to the stadium course. That was kind of my thought process. But hey, we're not here to talk about golf, are we? I mean, we can.
I literally have in the rundown that the first video is basketball vid. I don't know if that if you know what that's about.
I mean, yeah, of course. That's what we do here on Fleet and Footy and Fouls and Free Throws. Is that the new name of the show here?
Man,
we like to talk about our life experiences in addition to the soccer. So, of course, Lou and myself both happened to be in attendance just the other day in downtown Jacksonville to see the Jacksonville University women's basketball team go and pick up an ASUN title. So, Lou, you got some video? I mean, I also had video that I actually shot down on the court of the actual game, but I have a feeling yours is going to be more of that fun fan perspective, being the big Finn supporter that you are.
I mean, come on. Look at Special Jennings in the middle there, raising the trophy. I mean, it was a really fun game to watch. Went all the way down to the wire. We got some overtime action. I'd say JU's 2 biggest players fouled out right before hitting that OT break, and it was just an exciting day all around for JU sports, and I'm really happy I got to experience that. And I really enjoyed your tweet that you put out of Artis Gilmore sitting in the shadow of that big 5'3" in the rafters there.
That's right. Yeah, his number is retired. That's me in the blue, by the way, on the right.
I could see you. I could see you.
Bright blue polo would be me, shooting some video, getting some content there at the ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Hey, cool moment for the city, right? Anytime you have a team that gets a chance to go play in March Madness, get a chance to, go put their name on a national map, it's great. I love to see it, certainly. So good luck to Coach Special Jennings and the girls. Priscilla Williams hopefully stays out of foul trouble against whatever 1, 2, or 3 seed that they're going to have to face. I mean, that's kind of the reality of it, right? Hopefully they get a good experience, they get to enjoy it, and see how it goes. Lou, are you clearing time in your schedule to go travel wherever the JU women's basketball team travels for the first round of March Madness?
So I did look up the bracketology behind this all, that we could be heading into Columbia, South Carolina, which would be a rematch of the only other time the JU women's basketball team went dancing. It was that, or I think I saw where's Duke located? Where's Duke located?
Durham?
Durham, thank you.
Durham.
Raleigh.
Durham.
Yeah.
Raleigh, Durham.
So those are two
They're all
pretty high intensity women's basketball places. A South Carolina matchup would be, I think, just awesome.
Don't worry about that part. Hey.
Well, Hambo was asking me if I was going to the Players. And I'm thinking about going to the World Baseball Classic. I don't know how I'm going to fit that in my time. We're still not talking about soccer, but
go for a game in Miami, I'm guessing.
You got a lot of good teams down there. Did you see the party the Dominican Republic put on last night with Venezuela? It was rocking there at Lone Depot Park. It's the only time it's ever rocking there. So
it seems like the World Baseball Classic is the only time that stadium is ever rocking. Yes, that or if they find a way to put a soccer game in there or do something other than the Marlins playing there.
Exactly.
Just, Maybe can you fit like a doubleheader with some baseball and maybe, I don't know, is Inter Miami playing anytime soon down there?
Well, they're going to get their brand new stadium open in just a little bit. But you know who was a really successful team this weekend was the Academy boys. Stuart, we got another sweep. Can you believe it?
Hey, segue. I like it.
Got another sweep in against Seoul SC. Seoul SC. Can you guess where Seoul SC is from?
Florida.
Central Florida. Orlando. You got the 19s with an 8-0. Well, thanks, Hambone. I know I skipped ahead there. I just try to find a better segue into this segment. 19s 8-0 win. That's impressive in itself. 4-1 win for the 17s, and the 16s get a really gritty 3-1 win. Scored 2 goals kind of later in that matchup, and I always remember the 16 goals are just a little bit more because they like to celebrate a little bit more when they come over to me after a goal.
Makes sense. I mean, this was the home opener, so certainly a good time to go and get a win, right? You always want to win that home opener. That's always key. And I know some of the Section 904 folks were in attendance, so that's awesome. They had some support playing out there at Patton. And, yeah, 8's a lot. 8's a lot, Lou.
Well, it's been nice not having to travel, and I think that's a really key part of it. Sometimes we're playing these things on a double header, where we're traveling from Central Florida to Tampa all the way back down to Jacksonville, and these kids got school Monday. So it's a really big undertaking, those away games, and it's been really nice to be back in Duval County, have that practice schedule be a little bit more normal. Excuse me. Still got the cough, Stuart.
Sure.
Still got the cough. And as you see these celebrations,
we gotta get rid of that thing, man.
Looking good. I think it's gonna linger for a little bit, Stuart. Unfortunately.
I hope not, for your sake.
I know. But yeah, get the clean sweep. Get the queen sweep over at Patton Park.
All right, that's exciting. What do you got next? What do we got coming up next? Are they home again, or do we got to wait another 9 months?
I was just about to pull that up. I think we are home again. I'm not mistaken. I'll tell you right now. We're home versus South Florida this weekend, this Saturday. I know I should have planned that a little bit
The
better.
Bulls?
South Florida FA, Football Academy.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that'll be
clearly.
a long trip for them. So hopefully maybe a queen sweep on the cards here.
All right, love to see it.
I skipped ahead one segment. We got to go to this week in Armada history, and I had to go back to the archives for this one, Stuart. Really pull from the deep depths of YouTube, and really we're about a week off on this, but I've never seen these highlights. I wasn't at this game, which is shocking because the game did take place at JU at Southern Oak Stadium. The Armada took on the Jacksonville University Dolphins. And get a 2-0 win at Southern Oak Stadium. As you can see, this 480p footage. First goal here.
That's the best
from,
quality, man. Don't worry
yeah,
about that.
of course. I believe this is an Akil Barrett goal. Oh, no, this is the Jamal Johnson one. This is Jamal Johnson right here, getting it done.
Okay.
But it really is cool to see how that little field has evolved. They've got a nice little fence there now. They've got seating in the arena. Up there in that seating area. The benches are behind the Section 904 goal, and I can still hear some of these same voices in the background of this footage because there is no commentary. It's just like a camera, so I can hear the Derricks and the Dans and the Sebas's. In the crowd, those really distinctive voices.
So you're saying you don't think we broadcasted this one? We just got a camera up top shooting some highlights of it?
I mean, this. I'm not gonna toot my own horn here, but I believe when I ran the NPSL stream solely based off of my laptop alone, they looked a little bit better than this. We had Corbin Lowe in the camera work. A couple interns would slot in there sometimes. And Stuart had to make do with what we had up in Jangro.
This is true. That's cool. Yeah, I do remember some of those early games there. I know we did some U.S. Open Cup games at Southern Oak Stadium, and I enjoyed when we got the chance to play there. I always thought it was kind of a cool, intimate spot that the fans could get right up on the fence and right in there. And, you got some memorable moments with flares and flags and having players run towards the guys and gals of Section 904 go celebrate with them behind the goal. So one of our cooler of the 39 venues that we've played at while we've been here in Jacksonville. So good pick from the history of the Armada.
Oh my goodness, Ian was there at the game, one of those Section 904 guys. That game was a little bit tight at the beginning, but the floodgates really opened up. That 19s team is finally, I think, putting it all together, and you're seeing it with the amount of commitments that we keep rolling out here, and I'm sure we'll have a couple more by the end of this school season. I want to take it still a little bit Armada related before we start jumping around the world, Stuart. But we got to give another big shout out to Brooke Bunton. She gets the win in the Pinatar Cup final. This is the second goal.
We got video.
No.
Like
This is good.
video. I'm like,
This
that
is
doesn't
the
look
second
like-
goal. But we'll see some Brooke Bunton in a second.
Okay, this is the Akil Barrett goal.
Yeah, it's a nice little finish. Because of that assist there, but that was the second goal in that matchup.
The aforementioned flags in the background there.
Yes. And it was actually funny. You could hear some of the JU. It must be some JU college guys jawing back and forth with the Section 904 guys mid-game while I was trying to find these goals.
Little did they know that they would aspire to play on that very team one day.
Exactly. Exactly. Here she is, captaining the U.S. Women's U18 national team to a Pinatar Cup title. A couple of routs over there in Spain. I believe they had an 8-0 and then they had a 6-0 victory in the final over Hungary. So it's just a testament to, how good she is. She left early to go to SMU. This is now, I believe, her 4th or 5th appearance for the national team. And you can see her there lifting trophies for the U.S. women's national team.
All right. Anytime you can go represent the red, white, and blue and bring home some trophies, you'll love to see it, certainly. Very cool moment for one of the rising stars in the women's game here locally in Brook Bunton to not just be able to say, hey, I played on the U18s, or hey, I started, but to captain the team. That's a whole nother level. So congrats to her on that accomplishment, and keep it going. Keep moving up those ranks.
Keeping it on the women's side, we touched on it last week, but we get it done once again in our own cup, the She Believes Cup. I
believed it was going to happen.
We get that final win over Colombia, 1-0, to put us ahead in the round robin-esque table. Canada gets it done over Argentina in penalties, but the story's got to be 3 shutouts from the U.S. women in 3 solid games. Hopefully on track to another title very soon.
Yeah, awesome. Good stuff there. Great to see. I know, I believe Avery Patterson started in that last one, former Creekside Knight. I think started in the 3rd and final of those round-robin games. So we got stars all over the place in Northeast Florida when it comes to soccer.
Stuart, this is why you have to be on this show. You did not just have the Creekside shout-out. That's fantastic. Not many people have that knowledge.
That's what we do, man. That's what we're here for,
All right, well, we touched a little bit on some broader soccer in the U.S. women's national team. When we come back from the break, we'll have Champions League. We'll have Europa League happening today, round of 16. We got Stuart's favorite, the Champions Cup, and a couple of good talking points later on about MLS. And Neymar conspiracy theory. Stick around for that one. And, of course, everyone's favorite, the weird soccer story of the week.
Conspiracy theory, Lou.
We'll get your opinion on that very soon, Stu, as we come back after this short break.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts.
Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers.
And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Imagine a brokerage platform that gives agents the flexibility to move between comp plans so that they can spend their entire career in one place while earning stock and recruiting other agents. And imagine the entire enterprise is created and backed by a proven industry innovator. Now imagine this platform already exists. Imagine you own this platform. Imagine how large you can grow, how much revenue share you could earn. Just imagine.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Campion Law will fight for you till the bitter end. We suffered several injuries along with the car being totaled. They checked on us literally almost every day for the next 2 weeks, just making sure, are you okay? Do you need anything? Even Chris was texting us, like, what can we get you? Campion cares.
This is Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network, sponsored by Alive Credit Union.
Welcome back. The very lonely desk here at Action Sports Jacks 24/7 studio. I got Hambone in the background there. But I've got Stuart out at the players. He's braving that weather, looking dry. We've got Gabby now in the chat. Love to see it.
I'm good.
What's the weather report? We need a Mike Burrish weather report.
Somewhat cloudy still. Yeah, I'll give you a little weather report. We had a quick, brief line of showers come through right at the noon hour. They suspended play for right about 30 minutes. The sun has yet to come back out afterwards, but they're playing again, so that's good. We had a couple little drizzles here and there. In the background of my shot, you might see Scotty Scheffler here walking by.
Oh, nice. Oh, love to see that.
And let's see if we see him walking by here. Yeah, how about that? Look at that. There you go. He was right there. Okay. So Scott, yeah. Oh, there it goes. Best player in the world. Just finishing up his work there. But yeah, weather I think is okay for now. Hopefully it holds off the rest of the day. We can get the rest of this golf in. You can see that the walls of this tent are right here. They installed it backwards, and so that's going to be an issue here that I don't know how we're going to fix. The problem being is that like that side of the tent over there is the side that needs to be here, because that's the side that's openable and closable. This is the one that's got Velcro straps, but like half of them have ripped off. And so this is good to stay up the whole time, and now it's down and up, and we're in trouble here. I don't know the answer to that. I think that's something for Brent to work on tomorrow before the Brent and Austin show in the morning.
What's in that cup before we start talking about soccer?
A little Diet Coke in the cup, man.
Okay.
We love a little Diet Coke here in the cup, you know? It's what we do.
Shout out to the other news station.
Absolutely.
Just walk behind you there.
Man. Oh, yeah. Rachel just walked by. Hey! Yeah, we're live. Hey! All right. You made your appearance on Fleet and Footy. Well done.
Love to see that. As Jacksonville is all around there at the players. We'll take us into some Champions League now.
Hey, here's the thing. The way our media market works here in Jacksonville is that we're friends here. Look, this is a great place to be. The media is friendly with each other. We have to go to all the same sporting events all throughout the year, every year. If you're going to be at the same place as so many of your contemporaries, you got to be friends with them. You got to, be able to enjoy your time and do that. That's a big, what I feel at least. Like it might be a little different in the world of news where, you're constantly trying to break stuff and more competitive in a way. But I feel that way about our sports reporting core here in Northeast Florida. So always great to see everybody and have a good time out here at the players. It's a fun week. A lot of people come out here. I know Anton Harrison from the Jags was out here earlier, enjoying himself. A lot of Jags will make their way out here to come enjoy it. And
I saw Gronk. We got an exclusive Gronk interview.
I have a feeling Nathan will be out here at some point.
Didn't Noah get a Gronk interview in? A little snippet?
Noah did get a Gronk interview, yeah. He grabbed Gronk for a couple quick questions, and Gronk was purely Gronk during that interview.
All right. Hambone was trying to take us to soccer. He was really trying to take us back to soccer.
Sorry, I jumped you. That'll happen.
No, it's good. I want to talk about these Champions League games a little bit in depth because I was sitting at the couch watching the Golasso show. These goals by Valverde were fantastic. That goal in the 42nd minute to put off the hat trick. If after the show, you got to look that up because it's a fantastic goal. Real Madrid, wiped the floor with Man City. Man City didn't look like they were really dangerous at all in this game, even in that second half. But Los Blancos get it done.
Okay. Shout out to them. Well done.
You got Chelsea absolutely capitulating in the second half of this game. Kvaratskhelia from Georgia, your favorite Georgian, scored 2 really late, but he was fantastic the entire game. 5-2 PSG, get it done really easily. Really, really easily. Then, maybe even easier is
not
this
a fan
next...
of the Georgia Bulldogs, but that's fine.
Next up, you had maybe a crazier result in terms of scoring, but we all knew it was going to be lopsided as Bayern gets a 6-1 win over Atalanta, also not from Georgia. I think the biggest surprise here is that Harry Kane didn't score.
Different one. Yep.
I don't know if he was not in the squad, but no goal for Harry Kane as champions of Germany get it done. Another English disaster class is Spurs lose 5-2 to Julian Alvarez and company over in Madrid. There was videos of a guy at halftime because they were up by so much just making sandwiches with jamón ibérico and cheese and bread just at halftime, handing them out to people. It looked like a fun time over there in Spain. Tottenham get one back late, but I don't think I can see him doing well in the second leg. And then maybe my favorite.
That's my kind of experience, by the way. Get some of that jamón ibérica. And,
exactly.
Some cheese, some Sammys. That's the good stuff, by the way. When I went to Barcelona, I was absolutely all over the ham shavings off of the finely aged ham. It was great. It was really good. I can say that. I wanted to take some home with me, but I don't think there's like regulations that said I couldn't do it.
So funny story about that. One of the only questions they asked, and I didn't hear it's for anyone else, and my family can attest to this. They asked my family if we brought back ham. We were we were watching people go through immigration just fine, but that was one of the only questions. They were like, "Did you guys bring back any ham?" And I actually had a sandwich from the airport in my bag. I said I got no ham. I had no ham, but I ate the sandwich. It was great.
Well, if you bought it in the airport, you're okay.
You think that's all right?
Yeah. Once you go through, I think so, right? If you bought it inside the airport, I think you can eat it and be good to go.
Yeah, but
those are the rules.
No bringing back the big ham back in the suitcase. Yes, that is a law, which it's horrible. But it wasn't horrible. Is this result, Stuart? I called this game out as Bodo Glimt has a super good chance of going through in this matchup. They play on turf, but they get the 3-0 result over Sporting. It's actually even a layer onto this story is that Bodo Glimt just started up their league because of how the weather works over there in Norway. They start up the league, I guess you could say almost MLS style, up until it gets too cold to play outside until the weather gets too bad. But Bodo Glimt get it done, 3-0 over champions of Portugal. I was definitely had my eyes on this next game being a Barca guy. But you got Barcelona going up to Northern England, getting a draw really late through a Lamine Yamal penalty. Definitely was a penalty. The Harvey Barnes goal was fantastic. The limbs over there at St. James Park was it was really fun to watch. Shades of Dominican Republic and the World Baseball Classic kind of vibes there.
Okay.
Bring it back
Sure,
to baseball. Yeah. Bring it back to baseball. This next game was probably the biggest.
How about the Dutch, by the way? The Netherlands team making some waves.
Well, they didn't really fare so
I
well.
was going to say, I was really rooting for them. You had the first
Hey,
ever.
they won one. Who cares?
Well,
It's
you know
fine.
what? That game was the first ever walk-off home run in World Baseball Classic
They
history.
made a wave.
Exactly. This made some waves in the English
You gotta
media.
win, man. You know, hey, why not? And of course, it's a Brave who does it. Come on.
It's the only big hit he'll have all year. I have no confidence in us.
Mario Lamina gets a
Well,
goal.
you're just a miser who's upset and sad already. We haven't even started the season, Hamby.
Our
You
whole
can't
team's
go in-
hurt.
You can't go
Profar's
into the dump
PG.
season.
Profar.
It hasn't even started.
This
I don't
guy
care that
can't get off a
doesn't
Profar.
matter. Come
Ozzy
on.
Albies going to hit 234 with 15 pumps, and everybody's going to pretend it was a great year.
Well, you know who's having
Oh,
a
man,
good
the
year.
Walt Weiss experience starts now.
God damn.
Try again, Lou, for the 8th time.
I'm trying. No more Braves baseball, please. No more Braves baseball.
You want to get in? I know. So we're dealing with a little bit of technology here where I got a little bit of a delay. So every time Lou wants to start something, I'm just going to jump right in there because I said going into the show, I'm like, hey, Lou, why don't you lead the show? That way I'm not jumping all over you. And here I am jumping all over every single thing that you do. I love this.
This is amazing.
It's okay. No, it's a part of the Fleet Footy experience. It's the whole thing. You're getting the whole thing here. Can I go though?
I have a feeling
I'm
it
gonna
might
ask
be
you,
because
can
of
I
the
go?
delay on our live unit.
Am I good?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Mario Lamina, former Juventus guy, right here, scoring in the 7th minute for Galatasaray. Get the goal early over Liverpool and really pack it in. They get the 1-0 result, probably the biggest upset of the entire round. And then you finally got Arsenal taking on Bayer Leverkusen, and Arsenal pulled this one back late, Barcelona-esque style, threw a penalty in a 1-1 draw. Stuart, you got any thoughts on Braves baseball?
I do. I have so many thoughts that I just need to jump in with. Maverick McNeely, your leader at the Players.
There you go. There you go.
5 under.
That's all I got. No, so
Put
that's
up
cool.
that-
So
put up that
exciting
pic,
stuff in the
Hambo.
world of the champions.
Yeah, it's that's just the first legs now. You got the second legs coming up next weekend, midweek. But I think it's turning out to be an exciting Champions League, and I think at this point, Stuart, with this round of 16 going in, and we've had a couple years of the table-esque style, the big table, I think I'm bought in. I think I have officially bought in.
I like it. I feel like it sets up a couple different, very distinct portions of the tournament. You know, you don't have the same teams playing each other every single time. It mixes it up, certainly, gives you some different matchups. And, hey, I mean, you get some of those smaller teams a chance to get to the knockout stages. And once you get to that point, anything's possible, right? And you have that random matchup. You don't know who it's going to be that you face. So I like it. I definitely like the way that it's come together. That being said, it's going to end up being like Bayern and some other team from the Premier League just going head to head, and it's just gonna. But that's fine.
No, I mean that's why we got March Madness, Stuart. That's why we got March Madness coming up.
And that's right, where the JU women's basketball team as a 15 seed is going to go topple Duke. Yeah.
JU. We'll take it back. Still in Europe, but we haven't really given any love to the Europa League recently. So they're also in their round of 16
Because we don't
stage.
cover JV teams.
Only the best here on Fleet and Footy. That is correct. But we've got the first
The
leg.
second best. What do you mean?
We've got the first leg fixtures here. They start today. They're all today. There's some great names on here. Bologna, of course, for Hambone. Panathinaikos.
Sure.
Feverenc Chavros. I think that's a team from Hungary, if I'm not mistaken. But you've got a couple interesting matchups here.
Okay, if you say so.
That's all you got? You don't like the Lille Aston Villa?
No, this is all right. What are we doing here? Why is the Europa Cup still a thing?
For money, Stuart. For money. And it's a nice...
Everything is for money. I get that, but...
You just want like you just want Champions League. That's it?
So, the way I'm looking at it here, right? You got the Europa League. I don't feel like you should have the 6th or 7th best team from the Premier League playing in this Europa League. Like, I get it if you want to give like a Champions League... It's raining again, by the way. A Champions League-esque experience for the teams from the smaller associations across Europe. And maybe give like the caveat that, hey, if you're the winner from Luxembourg, we'll give you a spot in the Europa League. And if you win the Europa League, you get a spot in the Champions League next year. But like, I don't need to see the 7th or 8th best teams from the bigger associations playing in this thing.
I can't agree with that, Stuart. I actually do like that take. So you don't mind
That's
the
because
tournament.
you like going to things like the CBI.
Rest
Which
in
got
peace.
canceled, by the way, because nobody cares.
The CBI, I mean, that is such sad news we got before going live that the College Basketball Invitational will not be playing this March.
It's so sad that nobody will talk about it or notice. Except for Lewis.
I'm glad we brought it back to basketball again. Well, we're going to bring it back to North America now for Stuart's favorite, the Champions Cup, which is the Champions League of North America. Wow. You getting the weather there?
Yeah, we're getting get some weather, brother. We're getting some weather here. It's still windy. It's a little gusty now, too. Wind's starting to work its way into the tent. That's why we lowered this thing. But that's why it should be on the other side where you have the other one to close. I don't know. It's frustrating.
No, this is good. I like when we have different setups for this show, whether we have different interviews, whether I'm calling in from a field, you're calling in from an event. I think this is great. The delay.
You're the one not getting rained on, so yeah.
Are you going to be out there every day, though?
Come on. Yeah, now I will. We'll go to, now that we're in the tournament, I'll be here Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Of course, we got your Action Sports Jacks at the Players coming up tonight at 11:15 on CBS 47 and Fox 30, so extended coverage from your favorite local sports station in town. I love the other stations, but we're still the best, so I'm still going to state that to everybody. You can watch our coverage there tonight. And then, of course, on the weekend, we got Action Sports Jacks Prime Time, where we give you a half hour every Saturday and Sunday.
That was a good promo.
Hey, promos for life, baby. Yeah, we got it for you. I'm cutting off my sentences halfway through too, which isn't helping the delay.
It's not, but
we're battling. We're battling here because look, I've got a delay in my ear, and I think that's the big reason why. So I hear myself 3 seconds after I talk to you, in addition to
brutal
hearing you when you're normally talking to me. It's fine for a 2-minute sports hit, but I'm realizing it's not fine for an hour-long stream show.
I recently had this issue, Piang softball at JU. They just got a new speaker system. And I don't know if you know anything about Piang, but when you hear yourself almost a second after you're saying it and you're reading a script, it sometimes sounds like, I don't know how to read. I don't know English. But I worked around it just like you're doing now.
At least with that, you don't have to listen to the other person and comprehend what they're saying.
That is true. But you're a smart guy, Stuart. This is a UF grad, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I did finish my 4 years of college at the University of Florida. Thank you. Yes, I am a grad. All right, let's get to the Champions Cup.
Yes, Champions Cup. You had these games take place last night and the night before. Club America gets it over 1-0 win over Philly Union, who really haven't had the best of time in MLS or Champions Cup as of recent. Cruz Azul gets a goal really late in that matchup, getting that 3-2 win over Monterrey away. That's a huge one. And Human Son and Co. Were consistently fouled in this matchup versus LDA out of Costa Rica. It's a 1-1 draw. They're going to have to go away to figure out if they can get through the round of 16. You also had the matchups from last night, which I definitely was watching. You had some controversy in one of them, but Nashville and Miami, 0-0 in the rain. It was a really grimy, gross game. Both teams had plenty of chances to put one on the board. Neither of them get away with it. LA Galaxy get a 3-0 win. And I definitely want to shout out this team, right? Mount Pleasant Football Academy out of Jamaica, I believe.
I like it.
They had visa issues coming into the country because they've got some Haitian players, some Jamaican players. So they had 10 guys from their roster who could not make the journey over the United States, and they really took it to the Galaxy away in Los Angeles. And really, that game was 1-0 all the way up until, I believe, the 80th minute, and that's where the Galaxy kind of popped off. Gabriel Peck finishes off his hat trick. But it was a really valiant effort from the team from Jamaica, and I'm really excited to see what the second leg has in store, just because CONCACAF is always crazy, and those Caribbean islands, when they get in these cups, it's always a fun sight. And then the late night matchup, which I did stay up for. This game started at 11:30, Stuart.
Sicko.
But I was
way.
up watching World Baseball Classic all day. I was watching soccer, so had to stay up for this one. San Diego gets the win, 3-0. There was 2 red cards called against them. They had one late in the second half and super late in the second half, but they had to get the game done with 9 men on the pitch. They do over Toluca in San Diego in Southern California. So that away leg is definitely going to be a lot of fun to watch. It was a super physical game, as usually the Liga MX teams are, but it felt extra physical, especially with the red cards flying around. So I'm excited to see what else we've got going on, and I believe there are 2 games tonight. You've got Tigres taking on FC Cincinnati, and the Whitecaps taking on the Sounders. So Thomas Mueller and co.
I don't like that you have so many MLS versus MLS matches.
Well, how many? I think Canadian Premier League gets 1 auto bid spot. I mean, I guess it goes to what you're saying about Europa League. You'd rather just see, the lesser league champions in it. So I guess it makes sense. It makes sense, Stuart. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I want the best. I want the best of the best, my friend. Yeah, I don't know.
I like that outlook. We've got I think we're gonna go to break because I got Hambone, and I put something new in the Google Drive for Hambone that I want to come back with, and I want to explain to him what's going on. We've got my Neymar conspiracy theory coming up, my power rankings, my takeaways from MLS, and of course everyone's favorite segment, the weird soccer. Ooh, a little tease for the takeaways.
Oh, little teaser.
Love that, Hambone. See you real soon after this quick break.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts.
Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers.
And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Imagine a brokerage platform that gives agents the flexibility to move between comp plans so that they can spend their entire career in one place while earning stock and recruiting other agents. And imagine the entire enterprise is created and backed by a proven industry innovator. Now imagine this platform already exists. Imagine you own this platform. Imagine how large you can grow, how much revenue share you can earn. Just imagine.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Campion Law will fight for you till the bitter end. We suffered several injuries along with the car being totaled. They checked on us literally almost every day for the next 2 weeks, just making sure, are you okay? Do you need anything? Even Chris was texting us, like, what can we get you? Campion cares.
This is Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Sponsored by Alive Credit Union.
We got the captain of the ship the last 2 years for the I was going to say the U.S. women's national team. For the girls in blue, Lisanne Fogarty. She's going back abroad after coaching her alumni Clay Blue Devils to a district championship. She's going back over to England and playing for Lancaster United in the women's Super League over there.
Who is it? And correct me if I'm wrong. I could have sworn I saw that somebody was going to go play in Australia. I think it's her. I think that's what that is. I don't think that's England.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm looking them up right here. By the way, I fixed the delay a little bit.
You're right. You're right. The national Premier, Tasmania. In Tasmania.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
so
insane.
I saw this. I did see this on social media. You mentioned it. Lisanne Fogarty did assistant coached her alma mater to a district title, which was pretty cool, down at Clay High School in Clay County. And then, she played in England last year and now Australia. It's so cool sometimes when the game just is able to take you to so many different places. So that's pretty cool. Good luck to Lisanne. Hopefully she goes and gets the job done down there, has a good time, and continues to advance her professional career. She's one of the best leaders I think we've ever seen on that U23 team. Just that aspect of her game carries over to so many different levels, which is really cool to see. So congrats and good luck.
And also, I just got across my timeline right now. It looks like Micah Thomas is getting loaned out to Indy 11.
Oh.
So an interesting development in Micah Thomas's career. Obviously, the once former home of Mark Lowry used to head coach there. Yeah, Tasmania.
Was he the head coach at Indy 11?
I believe so. He was there for a little bit.
Okay. Interesting. Well, yeah, hey, good luck to Micah. Usually in those kind of situations when you're getting loaned out like that, it's playing time issue, a chance to get some more PT. So hopefully he takes advantage of that and continues to showcase his skills and, who knows, get up to that Charlotte level at one point.
Yes. Speaking of that, we can take us into my MLS takeaways. For week 3, you had a lot happen. There was a lot of blowouts, a couple close games as well. But my first one's has to do with the blowout. Adios, Papi. Orlando City fires head coach Oscar Pereira after, I believe, one of the longer stints in MLS coaching-wise as of recent. I believe like six or 7 years. I said it.
How many matches have they played this year?
3. But you had a really long losing streak prior to this.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah, Stuart. They don't want to be there. They're not content.
It's 3 matches into the season.
Stuart, you got to know the lore. The lore is deep. The lore is deep there in Orlando.
No, I forget the lore.
You don't
I'm
like
looking
that?
at the scores right now, right? I get, where New York and New York. So Miami obviously won.
Yes. That's why I've got
championship last year.
Okay.
Their 3 losses are to 3 of the top 4 teams in the standings.
Yeah, but you had a really big falling apart against Inter Miami, then a 5-0 loss against NYCFC. I believe they're on a 15-game not winning streak or something crazy like that. They're
not. They're on a 3-game not winning streak.
Even going to last season though,
not carrying over from last year. That's dumb.
That's how soccer's working
whatever.
though.
Soccer's dumb. They fire people too quickly sometimes.
I've got bring MLS.
Now you got to find somebody who can make do with the guys on that roster.
Yeah, my shout is Felipe Luis for head coach there. Bring MLS Next Pro to Baltimore. Baltimore packed out the Ravens Stadium, over 72,000 people, to watch Lionel Messi and DC United play against each other. I think that's a great market for MLS Next Pro. We had a new brand announcement as well, Cleveland, which we'll get.
City, Cleveland, yeah.
We'll get to next show. San Diego's scary.
In there. I like it, by the way. It looks good.
San Diego is scary.
Okay.
It's really crazy how well that team is gelled together.
The city or the team?
No, I love San Diego. San Diego's a city. It's a gorgeous city. LAFC only scored bangers. I think they've scored 5 goals this season, and I believe 4 out of 5 have all been from outside of the box, just absolute missiles. They get the win this weekend. And I got Vancouver isn't capping. This team is still good. They've got the same pieces from last season, and I think they're working even better together after the Thomas Mueller acquisition. So
all right, those are your week 3 takeaways.
Still coughing, Stuart.
Yeah, you're having a rough time over there.
I haven't talked this much in a while.
Cup or something,
I drank my coffee. It's done now. Takes us into our rankings.
Keep interrupting you?
No, it's not the case at all. We've got LAFC, Inter Miami, Vancouver, chilling at the top. I don't want to move too much around as we are in week 3, and I only did put these out last week. Put San Diego up there. New York Red Bulls, I dropped one down after losing to Stuart, what I called the worst team in MLS last weekend, the Montreal Impact, or used to be Montreal Impact.
I guess it's Orlando now.
Yeah, it looks like it. New York
Apologies
Red Bull
to the House of Mouse.
At 5, I got NYCFC moving up after they pummeled Orlando. Cincinnati didn't play this week, unfortunately. Seattle gets a win. San Jose looks super good. I really like the way San Jose looks, and I've got Nashville creeping up in there. And they didn't want to fit my logo into my graphic. I don't know what happened to the graphics team there.
That's all right. Well, it's too small on my screen. I can't rip you for it right now. All right, let's get to the Neymar conspiracy theory. What do we got?
So this conspiracy theory I love because it does pop up once a year, every year. Could be a weird soccer story of the week, but Neymar has once again missed matches in March around the time of his sister's birthday, which is the 11th of March, for 10 years in a row. Yesterday, he was rested by Santos. So in 2015, he had a red card. 2016, he had a red card. He was injured in 2017, injured through 2025 during all these dates. And now this is the first time he's been rested before his sister's birthday. I just think this is a great conspiracy theory. And if you know anything about Neymar and his sister, there's a lot of lore there. There's a lot going on there. But I love this. It pops up about once a year. It's like the Bobby Bonilla story.
It does do that. The Bobby Bonilla story does, yeah. So I just think he likes to enjoy part of March off. Maybe he's a big St. Patrick's Day guy, aficionado, perhaps.
I don't think so. I think he's a big party guy, though. He might like St. Patrick's Day if he came over to the U.S. I would think Neymar would.
Probably.
All right, Stuart. Unfortunately, you're not in studio to do this because you usually are the one that says weird soccer story of the week, unless you want to do it on a delay. It's up to you.
You mean the weird soccer story of the week?
That's perfect for the
I
clip.
can do it from anywhere, bro. What do we got?
That's great. We've got Hercules from El Salvador. Reports are coming out that players have been told by club directors that they won't be paid unless they shave their heads. Stuart, so this was the developing story as I got it. As of yesterday, Hercules sporting director Carlos there showed up completely shaved. He shaved his head, he shaved his beard as a protest back to the players to shave, Stuart. So he will not be paying them unless they shave their heads.
And this is the manager?
That's the sporting director.
Sporting director. What?
It's a wild story. Players have appealed to the El Salvadorian FA, and this is a continuing story.
I don't understand that. That's why.
It's got to be a power
it's a
thing.
Smoother hit for headers?
I think it's got to be like a power thing if you're not playing the players, and I guess you want them to shave their heads off.
You know what you call that story, Lou?
What do you call it?
Weird.
Thank you, Stuart.
That's why it fits this.
But yeah, I'm Carlos's least favorite person on earth. I hate Carlos right now. I'm not a big Carlos fan. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Hate to make fun of people, but look at that guy.
We promote facial hair and growing out the locks, not the opposite.
World Cup 94 shirt on. Got the mustache going.
I saw that. I just noticed, by the way, on this bottle of Dasani that it's got a soccer ball here behind the name Dasani, as it's the official partner of FIFA. So they obviously doled out a lot of money. That's how that goes.
We could talk about the World Cup all day after the news that's been coming out of the world. As we bring it home here on Fleet and Footy, Stuart on the delay. Appreciate you joining us from
the delay. It's
the
only
players.
like a half a second now.
No, it's good. It's good. It's fantastic. I appreciate everyone joining us through the journey of the delay, of the players, of the weather.
It's a journey for sure. We got
Tony
more rain
Finau.
here. It's nice little drizzle. We're gonna have it all for you tonight. Action Sports Jacks at the Players, 11:15, CBS 47 and Fox 30. Lewis will be watching, and I know you guys will too. Take us home, Lou.
Tony Finau taking us home, winning the Players this week. Catch it.
2 shots back. It's fine.
Catch it. Thank you.